die before I come in last. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to do something right now. Just leave me alone, I get caught, you know what I do. Leave me alone, we gon' go outside, we gon' do that sleep. Little black jean jacket, yeah. Got be long on it, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Wanna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Tryna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Shawty gon' suck to the money, yeah. I can't wait no thought, yeah. Bad that bitch to the homie, yeah. I just fucked your thought, yeah. I ain't even pass the homie, yeah. We might ride, yeah, homie. We might ride, yeah, homie. We might ride, yeah, homie. I'd rather get caught with it than without it. Wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee. I'm about to put the boys in the coffee. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah.
I've been to Atlanta.
Most definitely been to.
With who?
No cap and gown, I ain't go to class. I'd rather die before I come in last.
So you just send me your address, you just send me your address. You forget?
I ain't had shit in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. I ain't had shit in a long time. 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 Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the Bookit Sports community around the world. Welcome back to another episode of The Morning After. It's good to see you, Josh. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Feels good to be back.
You know, I'm really just embracing this mustache life I got going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a thought this morning that while also I started, I'm on the teen. I'm on the teen, the creatine.
Oh, okay.
Just started the teen this past week.
I would change that name up.
What?
On the teen just doesn't sound appropriate.
Dude, your mind is disgusting.
Well, dude,
You have a disgusting mind. Just trying to tell you about how I'm on the teen and you're taking it to teens.
The word teen.
Creatine. The teen.
Well, yeah.
I'm on the teen.
Call it the Kriya. I'm on the Kriya.
The Kriya doesn't sound good, though. I just started the teen yesterday. And I'm going to commit to doing it for at least a month and a half. I've heard it's really bad for your kidneys, and that kind of scares me a little bit. But I started on Monday, and which was yesterday. So now I'm on the Kriya. And I'm sitting there this morning. So I normally get up at like 7, Josh. So I get up at 7. Won't get out of my bed till like 7:30. And then what I do now is I go 3 eggs, make the protein drink with the Kriya. I don't like Kriya. Teen just comes off good.
Say creatine too. Let's go
yeah,
full
good
word.
to say full word. So I wake up, get out of bed at around 7:30, make 3 eggs, make the protein with the teen, and then what I'll do is so you put oil in the pan and I go low and slow.
For the eggs.
Yeah, low
Okay.
and slow on the oil. Really let it heat up,
Heat
but
up.
not to a point where it crackles the
Yeah.
eggs when I put in, but just let it heat up low and slow. So nothing sticks to the pan as well while you cook it. And then I go do like, my usual like grooming stuff. I'll brush my teeth, maybe trim up the beard or whatever it is. And I had this thought this morning, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed my little protein drink, doing my little shaving the neck area.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had a thought. I'm turning into a 50s sailor.
A 50s sailor.
Like, those sailors in like the
all aboard. That's all I can think of. That's all I think of when you say that.
Yeah, literally like train conductor.
Like fucking Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I think of.
Like train conductor in that Christmas movie, sailors from the 50s.
Yeah.
I just got this like bushel of a stash right now. But I keep it thin though. I don't like
it's not thick, yeah.
I don't like the thick mustaches. Those make me uncomfortable. But I'm keeping it thin.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my protein drink with the teen, and I feel like I'm just becoming like Can you pull up the conductor from that Christmas movie? You know what I'm talking about? The cartoon one?
You're talking
Polar
about
Express?
Polar Express, yeah.
Am I just becoming this guy? Because I'm starting to, like, I had that thought this morning. I looked in the mirror when I'm just becoming a train conductor in like the 50s.
Guess what his name is?
Michael.
Ooh, does he have a name?
Oh, he doesn't have a name. I know it's Tom Hanks.
Let's see.
People need to pick, and we're going to decide if I'm just becoming this guy or not.
Do people want to pick?
Yeah,
there it
people
is.
wanna pick,
Well, there he is. Conductor.
Am I just becoming a conductor, dude?
I think that's just his name, dude. I think his name is just Conductor.
But I mean his photo.
Oh, yeah. You look, he looks a lot older, but.
But am
Yeah,
I
you might.
just becoming a conductor?
You could be.
Like, maybe I need to.
I would.
Because I started, dude, I hit the Iron Chapel yesterday.
Okay.
I was just putting in my hours in the Iron Chap.
Mm-hmm.
And went back upstairs, doing creatine 2 times a day now, because apparently that's supposed to do 2 doses. 2 scoops of protein in the afternoon, 1 in the morning. And I had a thought this morning, though, now that I'm putting in these hours, that I might just be becoming a train conductor in like the 50s. Like, I might just be
it's an insane thought.
I might just have like I was just looking at myself in the mirror, being like, "This is what I imagine train conductors back in the day were doing."
Yeah. I don't know if they had creatine back in the day.
Well, I mean, just like the mustache, and they probably had like the straight razor, and I was like fixing my mustache this morning. I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, caring for your mustache is like a little bit on the other side of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
What'd you say?
Like caring for your mustache.
Oh, caring for your mustache. Yeah.
Feels like a little bit on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, like styling it. That's a lot.
Well, not style. I'm not putting like gel in it, but I definitely was like cleaning up the edges. Felt a little.
That's normal.
If you know what I'm saying.
That's normal.
Like, dude, fixing up my mustache over here for what?
I trimmed mine up this morning too. I get like weird hairs like here.
Yeah, but you're a fiance.
That's even less of a reason.
Or you're a fiancé. What are you?
I have no idea how that works.
What do they call that?
I don't know.
What are you?
I don't know. But I feel like I have a less of a reason to do it.
Yeah, but you don't want to let yourself go.
It's weird. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't let yourself go, dude. You can't
yeah.
let yourself go.
I guess.
Peg is asking the right questions. Is it gay that I take care of my mustache?
No.
A little bit, maybe?
No.
If I sit in there with a straight raise and just.
I think the gayest part of that story is you
Is that
thinking
I
that you're a
was a train
conductor.
conductor. Fuck, dude. I knew it, dude. I fucking knew it, dude.
Like Raleigh Fingers.
You
know Raleigh Fingers is?
I have no idea who that
Oh
is.
my God, let me show you a picture of Raleigh
Dude,
Fingers.
I had that thought, Josh. I wasn't gonna say it, but I fucking knew it, dude. I knew you were gonna confirm it too.
Look at Raleigh. Dude, look at this guy. He's so
dude.
This is a stash, dude.
God
That
damn
is a
it.
fucking stash.
I can't see
Holy
it.
shit. You can't see him?
Run a little delay. I mean, that guy looks like he's got kids in his basement.
And he used to
GTA.
shove. Raleigh.
Dude, I'm just a train conductor on the team. That's just what it is, dude. I'm just a train conductor that's on the team right now, dude.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'm gonna conduct this slate. Now that
Gonna
might have been
conduct
that
the
might have been the
slate. Yeah, that might have been.
all right.
All right, let's get off the train
All right, yeah,
conductor.
let's
I do want to ask you a question about your routine though.
Oh,
how do you make
okay.
your eggs? What style do you make your eggs?
So I go 3 in a cup, mix up the cup, splash of milk, salt and pepper, and then I pour the cup into the
Little
thing.
scrambly eggs?
Yeah, scramblies.
Okay.
Scramblambos. I just find that in the morning, because I put them there on low and slow, and then I can go do things while they just slowly cook. And like, I don't want to, like, I hate when you make over easies and they solidify.
They get hard, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't like that.
Over easy is not easy to cook.
Or it's like they become over hard though if you fucking leave them on too long.
I like over easy too, or like base. It's the same shit, but literally just throw them in, throw a little water on the pan, like literally just whole eggs, crack them in, throw a little water in the pan, and just cover them.
Water.
Yeah, so like the steam comes up and it just cooks the top of the eggs too.
Oh.
So you get a little crispness on the bottom, then it cooks the top of the eggs too, and then you pop them out and they're nice and yolky.
I don't hate that. The only thing I would hate is the smell of egg steam.
You don't smell it. You don't smell that.
Okay, word.
Yeah, you don't smell anything.
Because we had this conversation, like
That'd
when
be
an
gross,
eggs too much, it's
disgusting,
the worst food on the
disgusting.
planet.
Not even close. Like, dude, egg salad might be the worst food of all time.
I don't mind a little
Dude,
sloppy egg salad.
I could take I could eat a little bit of it, but I feel like at a certain point it gets so gross. I don't even think it's the eggs.
By
I think it might be like the
second
mustard.
half of it.
I think it might be the mustard. Just
Okay,
like too much.
Dude.
It's just too much mustard.
Mustard is literally the best sauce.
It's good. A lot of mustard though, and mayo.
Mustard is literally the best sauce.
That's debatable. The best sauce.
I think so. It's my favorite.
Honey
like when I
mustard.
go somewhere.
Honey
no, dude. Spicy must.
Spicy mustard's fine too.
A little spicy.
Honey mustard from McDonald's is fucking gas. That shit is so good.
Yeah, that's not wrong. By the time you get to the second half of the egg salad, I feel like you got to ask yourself the existential question of what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like half an egg salad sandwich is good. If you're eating both halves of an egg salad sandwich, like, do you want bubble guts? The answer is yes.
All I think about when I'm eating egg salad is how many eggs am I eating right now? Like, did I just eat 7 eggs?
That's also true.
You know what I mean?
That's also
cholesterol.
true.
Cholesterol is going to be fucked. Cannot get that word out. Jeez.
It's okay. It's all right. All right, let's run the graphics. Talk about what happened in the world last night. I got some funny things I want to talk about, and then obviously what happened in sports, but let's run it. Welcome back to What in the World, the news segment. What happened in the news last night. Did you see this nightclub that got raided?
Mm-mm.
Dude. It's not a funny story, but it is funny just if you imagine yourself being in that club. So I guess like ICE raided this club that ended up having like 200 plus illegal immigrants in it or whatever.
How is that possible?
Dude, so this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, dude. This is what I'm saying. And it's not funny, but it's funny when you think about it from like a what might have went down in that club. Just imagine you're in the club, a couple of your boys. You got a spot that you get to go out to where no one's asking any questions. Maybe Bad Bunny's on. Maybe Drake.
Yeah.
You're busting with your boys, dude, on the dance floor. And then all of a sudden the doors break down, dude.
Everybody down.
And you might think it's part of the song. So you might
maybe,
drop down
loud.
low.
Yeah,
Dude. You might drop down low, dude. And then you turn behind, you got rifles.
I don't know if they're bringing rifles in there, are they? Maybe
Dude,
they are,
for
yeah.
sure, rifles, dude. For sure, rifles.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, yeah.
But also, how did they know that they get down?
Well, dude, I guess that's a problem in Vegas too. Like, I guess construction has been super fucked there because ICE has been going and picking up illegal immigrants at construction sites, and like they won't go to work now. So like, Vegas is getting fucked.
No way.
The construction industry is. It's like just taking a long time because people aren't going to work because they're gonna get nabbed.
Just keeping the lads out of work, dude. Like Matt and Shane would say. No, but dude, I saw that. I'm not gonna lie, I saw that headline and it was a giggle. Not because like obviously, feel bad for those families, but also just the thought of clubbing and being like so fucked up and then just ICE breaks down the doors. Like imagine that one guy that was like, dude, here's what we'll do. We'll just try Molly one time.
Yeah.
Just imagine that one guy that's off Molly and he's like, oh,
there's
shit.
100.
And then, get on the ground. You're like, holy shit. Like you might think you're just having like a bad trip. And then all of a sudden you're in the back of a cop car.
There's definitely one guy that was so blacked out. He just woke up and he's in Puerto Rico this morning.
Yeah. Woke up in jail.
Not Puerto Rico.
They just woke up.
I don't know why I said that. I'm pretty sure we own that.
Yeah. That might be a U.S. colony or whatever it's called. But yeah, imagine you're peak blackout and you wake up in the jail.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Weren't we just at Hot Eggs? That's like the name of the club.
Hot Eggs?
I don't know, dude. I couldn't think of it.
Oh, I thought you were actually saying the real name. I was like, there's no way that that's the
I
name
couldn't
of it.
think of it, dude. I couldn't think of it, dude. I couldn't think of it.
The one day a year I go out.
I know.
And this
Yeah,
happens.
imagine the one guy. He's like, dude, I cannot go out. Or the one guy that's like tells his girlfriend, he's like, babe, I'm not gonna do anything. We're just going to the club for a little bit. I'll be back at like midnight. Just done, dude.
Gone.
Back across the board, dude. Imagine you go from drinking vodka Sprites to back across board.
Mhm.
Fuck, dude.
Not fun.
That is an all-time botch, dude.
All time.
It was a Colorado Springs nightclub.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. But I guess also, I mean, they got 100.
That's
about,
so
you
many.
talk about jackpot for them, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You gotta disperse.
They knew
You
they must
can't all be in
they
one
must have
spot.
they must have collaborated with the club, maybe ran a little promotion.
Well, I guess yeah. Could you imagine the DEA was like, here's what you're gonna do? They got the club promoter by gunpoint of
Free-
GTA.
I was
Here's what
gonna
you're
say
gonna do.
something so-
Here's what you're gonna do. Free Coronas.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
half
free
price.
Modelo's.
No,
Yeah.
but then you go half price Wells and no cover on Saturday the 26th.
And
Imagine
we're
they
taking all.
it's like flies to honey, dude. Just a promotion, dude. If you know they love that club, just a promotion. Fuck.
Might be the best way to get them all in one spot. Honestly,
Get me.
it would get me.
I'd
too,
get
yeah.
God, dude.
Yeah.
If I was an illegal from Ireland, here's what they're going to do: half price Guinness, and you get half price Wells at O'Shannigan's.
Yeah.
Be
Go.
like, Irish people would be illegal. Irishmen would be the easiest guys to catch.
Oh.
The easiest guys to catch, dude.
You want to get free Guinness?
That's all you.
That's what it is.
All you have to do is go. All right, guys. The bar you normally go to, we'll do quarter price drinks. Holy shit. Dude, they'd all be done, dude. They'd be done. You'd catch every illegal. If you did a promotion at an Irish bar in every single state for half price Guinness, you would literally rid the United States of illegal Irishmen in one night.
How many illegal Irish people live here?
No, but I'm just saying.
I would
like,
love to know
in
that.
one night, dude. You just pick the right promotion, you get all of them, and they'd all be like, "You got me.
yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, they would.
Can I take the
I
Guinness
was
to
gonna
the
say
car?
that's all they would need.
Yeah.
is the
Can I
Guinness.
take the Guinness? You got me. No, but I guess also fuck those guys because the club was under investigation for drug trafficking and prostitution. So
Oh, so they were probably like running that club.
yeah, for sure, dude.
I mean, that makes
They
sense.
got
then.
God, dude.
Definitely
That'd be
makes sense
that'd
why
just
they
be
knew they would
so
do that.
Scary, dude. I remember being in college and like we'd have like little dorm room parties
Mhm.
because it wasn't like a big bar school, so you kind of had to do stuff like that. And when the what is it, the floor attendant called?
RA.
The RA. When you had a knock from the RA, my blood would jump, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the DEA.
The DEA.
Fuck, dude. You're just getting down with your boys and the DEA comes in, dude. I used to be getting down with my boys and the RA would come in. I'd be scared.
I told you about how the police were trying to get me and my buddy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So that was happening to us. We just weren't answering. We would turn off the lights and just go in bed under our covers and make no noise for like 10 minutes.
That's insane, by the way, that they didn't just knock down the door. But
They gave up.
all right, boys, go
Gave
home.
up. All
Go
right, let's
home.
go. Let's get out of here.
Let's call it.
Great story.
Speaking of being scared, dude, I tweeted this last night. Tyler Hero just completely shit
Yeah,
down
that
his
was
life
bad.
last night, dude. 4 points in an elimination game after. See, this is like, okay, so here's my problem, Josh. And I don't really have like a problem, but I got a problem with the NBA. Here's the problem. Back in like the Jordan NBA era, and did you say Joe Namath NFL? You could call your shot if you were good enough, and then you'd kind of like show up, right? Like if Jordan was like, yo, it's going to 7, and it was game 5, it'd go to 7 if he was down 2 games. You know what I mean? Joe Namath said, I'm going to bring New York Super Bowl. Brought New York Super Bowl. I feel like now we've just kind of gotten to the point where these athletes will just say shit that sounds tough,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
unfortunately, they just don't back it up a lot of the time.
There's too many good players too. That's why I think. Like when Jordan was playing, like Jordan played against 4 teams a year.
Yeah, he's got like the milkman. I'm just kidding.
That's yeah, kind of honestly. But it just the competition is so much harder too. Like you can't just like say things and make them happen.
Saying
Even
we
if
ain't
you're
going out
LeBron.
4-0 and then going 1 for 9 and scoring 4
We ain't
points,
going out
dude,
4-0.
that's so bad.
And losing by fucking 50.
50, dude. They were down 19-42 at one point in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure. The first quarter. And 19-14
It
in the
was
first quarter.
at the end of the first quarter, it was 43-17.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what do you actually do? If I'm a Heat fan, I'm done.
They got beat by 7+ in every quarter. They lost by 26, 13, 9, 7.
Wow. That second half, they really tried to make it a game. Still lost by like 50, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
83-138.
Dude, giving up 138 is bad enough, and then only scoring 83 on top. Like that is like the epitome of like just the worst game you could possibly play.
The worst game.
Like
dude.
defensively and offensively. You couldn't play worse on either end.
Honestly, credit to them. They put it all together.
Yeah, they did put it all
If
together.
you want to
yeah.
put the worst game together, the Miami Heat did that.
They did do that.
If I'm a Heat fan, though, dude, I'm in shambles. I don't know where you go from here, dude. They feel like if Tyler Hero's not showing up in a big spot like that, and he caked 3 of my lineups yesterday in Prize Picks, which is brutal. But if Tyler Hero's not showing up, dude, you're cooked. Bam Adebayo didn't do
getting rid of Jimmy
shit.
though. You kind of knew that they were trying to restart a little bit.
I mean,
think they
dude,
like
Highsmith and Burks are getting minutes in 2021. What are we doing over there in Miami, man?
I think they liked Khalil Ware a lot. I mean, he played like shit yesterday, but
no, I mean, Khalil Ware
like him a
sick,
lot.
but Khalil Ware is not a change the org kind of guy.
if they go get Giannis, it could be. Those two together could be really scary.
I don't know if Giannis is looking at the Heat going, that's where I want to go after the Bucks are about
Could
to
be
get
though,
4
Miami, like Florida, you get no state income tax. You get Miami.
I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to see where Giannis goes. I mean, they're definitely getting eliminated tonight. Just brutal looks out of the Bucks. I mean, when Dame tears the Achilles, that's just tough. Do you think that's the last of Dame we're gonna see?
Sadly, I think so.
Because I think what a lot of athletes do that are that age is it happens and then they go through this little arc where they're like, I'm gonna come back, and then they start going through therapy, and it's just like, dude, it's not even worth it, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be hard for me to think that he'd come back just because of how much money he's made in his career. It's like he couldn't, like, what's the point of coming, like, grinding your ass off to come back and play for 2 more years? Like, max.
Well, I think
also not on a winning team, because if Giannis leaves, like, they're not winning. So, like, there's no reason to even stay there.
Well, I think a lot of these guys go through identity crisis, dude, where they don't know what they're going to do with the rest of their life, though. You know what I mean? Like, the whole world has kind of told you you're old and you're aging and your
34,
career's done. And then you realize when you retire, you're 34 and you have 60 more years left of your life to live.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's got plenty of money. He can go
through.
do whatever he wants. I think Damian Lillard could be, like, a good TV personality, too. I think he's kind of funny. I don't know if he'd want to do that, but I think he could.
It would just be tough because he would just be in the Chucks itch, dude. Every time he tried to have Taker and be like, you haven't won shit.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the worst, dude. Like, if you join TV, you got to at least have been on a team that won something, even if you didn't win it. Like, even if you weren't,
like the guy, yeah.
Like, you at least got to be like, I know a championship caliber team is like.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Like, not like
Jeff Teague doesn't. He was on the Celtics getting like 2
not
minutes.
like him.
Oh, fuck that guy, dude. But no, I mean, that's just like, I think a lot of these athletes go through that really tough identity crisis where it's like, yeah, he probably has all the money in the world and he can do whatever he wants, but I don't think a lot of them know what they want to do because this has been their entire life.
Yeah. I just think that injury is just so hard to come back from. I don't know if anyone's like KD is like the only player in like recent history that I can think of that like came back from an Achilles injury and like wasn't less of themselves. And even KD was. I mean, he's just getting old. You can't really.
I think he's just
getting older.
Too,
but yeah, like Kobe, like 100%, he wasn't the same after that Achilles injury. Like I feel like I don't remember anybody fucking up their Achilles and being fine after, except KD. That it's just such a hard injury to come back from.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens. I could so see him. I mean, yeah, he also is a rapper. People forget he could just start the rap career now. I don't know. It's just like that's just a tough situation. If I'm a Bucks fan, dude, I've never been in more moose in my entire life, man. Like, you have nothing to look forward to. You have no budding stars. I don't know your draft pick situation. You have if Giannis leaves, that becomes the worst roster, bar none, in the NBA, without even a shadow of a doubt. With no Dame and no Giannis, that roster is legitimately the worst in the NBA.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a 10, 15-year rebuild too, because
no one wants to go there.
No one wants to go to Milwaukee.
You got to draft
the
guys. Yeah, you have to draft the guys if you're on the Bucks.
So if you're like a Milwaukee fan, I would just What else do they have? Wisconsin, right? That's Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
What else? What other pro sports do they have in
The
Wisconsin?
Brewers.
Oh yeah,
They got the Brew Crew.
lean into baseball.
They've got.
Lean into baseball, man.
I mean, that's literally it. Like pro sports teams. That's all.
I would just lean into baseball.
They don't have. I mean, the Packers. Yeah, but the Packers aren't close to Milwaukee.
Lean into
And fuck the
baseball and
Packers.
football, man. You just kind of lean into those sports and let basketball kind of reach the back burner
Yeah.
because there's no shot Giannis is coming back either, dude. I think he's kind of made it very clear that he wants to dip out as well.
Yeah, they do also have Culver's. They got some good cheese curds.
Dude.
Got some good cheese curds.
Yeah,
Lean into those cheese curds.
Lean into the what is it called?
The Butterburger.
No, just food. Lean into the another word for food.
The cuisine.
The cuisine, yes. Lean into that Milwaukee cuisine, that Wisconsin cuisine. First time chatter in Twitch at College Town, but really not shit in Milwaukee. Shout out Top the Goat. Yeah, maybe just, big Badger fans. Become Wisconsin Badger fans.
Also not close to Milwaukee.
Who's saying? Yeah,
Madison.
If you're in Milwaukee, just lean into the Curds and the Brewers, man. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's all you got. Dude, Milwaukee, I used to go play there for soccer. We played FC Milwaukee all the time. One of the worst cities of all time. It's like a ghost town.
Oh,
it's like St. Louis-esque.
Yeah, you got nothing, dude.
Yeah, just like the downtown isn't nice.
Oh, you got nothing.
I don't know about the suburbs.
You got nothing. Nothing. On the other side of those coins in those games, though, the Cavaliers look phenomenal. I mean, given they played a really crappy Miami Heat team, but they did what I think I always say is when you're a good team, you beat up on really bad teams. That's exactly what the Cleveland Cavaliers did. If I'm a Cavs fan, we're still not getting talked about enough for how good we look.
I would like that. I would like that if I were them, honestly.
Yeah,
I would prefer to be the team that not everyone's amping. Because I'm used to that and then we fucking suck. So I'd prefer to be the team like the Cavs usually are. I feel like people had been amping them up the last couple of years.
And they shit.
And then they shit down their leg and now they're kind of not talking about them.
Yeah. That's true. On the other side of that,
they're a good ass fucking team. Their defense is insane.
And they don't miss.
Yeah.
When the Cavalanche starts, it's real deal and they don't miss.
Yeah.
On the other side of that Milwaukee Bucks series, I mean, I think the Pacers think shit's sweet and they're going to get clapped in the next round, dude. It's like.
Who do they match up with? The Celtics?
No, we get the Celtics.
And they get.
The Cavs, I believe. But I don't know, dude. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Pacers hater. I'm definitely a Pacers hater, though. They just don't. They don't look. They still don't look good. Like these wins aren't impressive. You're just playing Giannis at this point. Like you're playing Giannis 5v1 and you're winning. Okay, I guess shit is sweet, but when they play a real team in the next round, it's going to be over with, dude. And then you got guys like Palmer, first time chatter in the Twitch chat, 2:30 a.m. tip off in the UK just to watch his Rockets lose. Shit. I think the unfortunate thing about the Rockets is, and we can start talking about the West for a little bit. The unfortunate thing about the Rockets is just that Jalen Green has not shown up, dude. He's not stepped up. And I think when you got a young team like the Rockets, you have to have a guy in the playoffs. And I think that's what wins you games is not those first three quarters or that first half of that fourth quarter. It's when there's 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, who are you giving the ball to go get you a bucket? Because that's what the NBA comes down to in those last couple minutes.
Yeah.
Who on your team can you actually lean on to go get you a bucket? Unfortunately for the Rockets, they're playing a team that has two guys that are automatic championship caliber bucket getters in Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. But when you look at the Rockets, like, you don't have that guy. Fred VanVleet was never that guy for the Raptors. It was Kawhi Leonard. And Fred VanVleet, for whatever reason, ever since he got to Houston, really hasn't shown up in a big spot. And then you look at Jalen Green, who should be your guy. That's who you're building the org around. And the Rockets are finally good enough to make the playoffs and maybe have a team good enough to make a little playoff run when you're looking at it from the outside and the inside of Houston fans. And now you kind of got to look at yourself in this offseason and go, we don't have a guy. So we need to figure out how to go get one. And I think that's when you look at these really great playoff teams, I mean, I'm going to say it, Jalen Brunson is a guy. In the last 2 minutes, you can lean on him to go get a bucket no matter what. Karl Anthony Towns is a guy. Jason Tatum is a guy. Jaylen Brown is a guy. The Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, fake guy. Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, Jokic, Luka, And like, if you want to win games in the playoffs and you want to make a championship push, you have to have a guy.
Yeah.
And I think going into the playoff series, I think everyone kind of thought this was going to be the Jalen Green coming out series, much like it was for Cade. And Cade has kind of proven that he can be that for the Detroit Pistons. And if they just put a couple more pieces around him, he's a guy in the last couple minutes, you go to Cade Cunningham, he's going to get you a bucket, or he's going to at least put the effort in to get fouled. And it just feels like this was kind of the year where the Houston Rockets, I think, expected Jalen Green to take that step, and he didn't. I'm not saying he won't, but if I'm a Rockets fan, this was definitely a disappointing series.
Oh, for sure. I mean, not a single one of their players stepped up except Sengun last night.
Yep.
And, I mean, how is a center going to win you a game by himself except Jokic? He's the only one that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They had no guard that they have no guards that can take over a game. That's the problem, I think. Like, even Amen Thompson, he's too young, and maybe he can potentially do it later, but like, they have Dylan Brooks joke on the offensive end. Fred VanVleet, never been the guy. Jalen Green literally plays AAU ball. Like, they drafted a team to be fun. That's what it seems like. They want a fun team, not a team to win.
But it's like, here comes everyone saying VanVleet had 25. Dude, they still lost by 3, and that's the first time you've heard Fred's name this entire series. Like, I just don't understand why it's such a classic what have you done for me lately in everyone's brain and everything we do in today's world. Fred VanVleet was averaging 15 points per game this year, I'm pretty sure, if not lower than that. And before last game was non-existent.
Fred VanVleet averages 14, 3, and 5.
So like, what do you like? This is what I'm saying when it comes to like the chat and stuff, and you guys start being like, but Fred had a great game, but we're talking about winning playoff games.
8 for 12 from 3 and had 25 points. Like, that's not good. Like, I mean, yeah, shooting 8 for 12 from 3 is insanely good, but if you make 8 threes and have 25 points, how is that good?
But I've also
you had one more point. That's all he had.
But also you're not winning the game, and you are now still down in the series, and that is the first game that he showed up. And then you want to play that other side, Josh. Why don't we look at Jalen Green, who played 28 minutes and had what, 6 points? 8 points?
8, yeah.
8 points.
11.
8 points.
Fred VanVleet, 25 points, -7 on the game, only lost by 3. So those threes really helped him, eh?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I just don't like, and people are like, Mike's talking out of his ass. I feel like I just made the perfect take about the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Still have a future if Jalen Green can develop and become the guy, but unfortunately, you don't have a guy. And guess what? When you don't have a guy, game by game, randoms have to step up, and that's why you're down 3-1. That's why you're down 3-1.
People really don't like it. I mean, it is just a fact that you can play, that you can have good stats, score a bunch, and not be efficient for your team. Like, we were just talking about Russell Westbrook last week. He can score fucking 50 points, but he'll lose his team the game.
It's also like you're going to lose the Warriors anyway, so pack it up.
Yeah, I mean,
and you want to talk about the Warriors, dude? I was so right that last night was going to be Jimmy Butler's game, but last night was the exact reason. Josh, why I think your take about the Warriors potentially being able to win another NBA championship is so right, because Steph has 17 points?
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler can come out and give you 27, and Steph can go,
yeah.
And he hasn't been able to do that in a long time, dude.
Literally forever.
In a long time, dude.
Yeah.
If I'm a Golden State fan, I went from going, shit to, oh, shit. You know what I mean, though? Like, that's real.
Their bench just fucking sucks. So they might run into some trouble down the line if Steph and Jimmy can't continue to carry. But if they can, like, yeah, they can beat anybody. They can literally beat anybody, but their bench fucking sucks.
There's no way Rav gave Draymond Demon assists. Chad, can you confirm that?
2?
Sure. Chad, can you confirm that Rav actually did that? Because that's gonna have to be talked about.
Dude, also, I think Jimmy Butler brings... I feel like it's hard. Okay, so Steph Curry, obviously, legend, go, whatever. I feel like it's weird that like Draymond Green was like the guy of that team. Like, he was like the soul of that team. I feel like adding a player like Jimmy Butler that also adds that same energy, but is actually good at basketball, probably lifts everyone else up too. Like, I feel like Draymond Green, like amping everyone up. Everyone's probably like, bro, shut the fuck up, dude.
Ken Van Dam
Like,
with a tier 1 sub. He's been subscribed for 5 months. Here we go. Ken Van Dam said, fire Pat. It's got to be a Heat fan.
Yeah.
Got to be a Heat.
You got to keep Pat, though.
You think so?
again, that's just like the recency bias thing. It's like, dude, Pat Riley, he's been there for fucking 20 years and he's won a gazillion times.
Does kind of feel like he's
winning
lost
seasons
control
forever.
of his shit.
Well, they traded their best player. Like, what do you expect? It just you got to restart at some point. I don't think they were going to win with Jimmy Butler. They gave that team plenty of chances.
I just want to go back really quick, Josh. I don't think you fire Pat Riley either. I think if you're a Heat fan, you're realizing that you had your championship window, Jimmy Butler. You had to get rid of him. Now it's time to start rebuilding around Tyler Hero, and you need a 1 so he can be the 2 because I don't think he's ready to be a 1 yet. And I think Pat Riley is just unbelievable successful and has built multiple championship caliber teams. So I think maybe you just have to realize that he tried to build a championship window team. Him and Jimmy butt heads, so he got rid of what he thought was the problem, and now he's going to rebuild. And I think Pat Riley's very good at rebuilding. So just give him time.
100%. You have to. Like, I mean, he's earned that 100%. That was like Bill. I feel like it was kind of like Bill. Like Bill Belichick, I mean, he restarted without Tom Brady. They gave him his 3-4 years to try to rebuild it. He obviously couldn't. They parted ways, but like you have to at least give him a chance to redo it.
Yeah,
you have to.
I just wanted to take a quick step back really quick, Josh, and talk about that Rockets game again, because now I'm just a little bit frustrated and my brain is a little bit angry and it needs to get something out.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go as far to say that Fred VanVleet scoring 25 points is the most useless, worthless performance in the playoffs because you don't do it on a nightly basis. So congratulations for the 25 points. If I'm a Rockets fan, that genuinely means nothing to me because 1, we lost the game. 2, you haven't done that in the regular season for about 5 months, and you couldn't do it in the first 4 games of the goddamn series. But congrats, you dropped 25 on 8 for 12 because next game, you can't rely on him to do it again. Yeah. You can't. So that means nothing to me. Literally nothing to me.
First game, he had 10. Second game, he had 7.
And now we're going to sit up here and talk about a 25-plus point game. But guess what? You still got to play the Warriors one more game, brother. You going to rely on him to do that? You think he's the guy now because he scored 25 points in game 4 of the NBA playoffs? No.
Fuck no.
So what the hell are we talking about? You want to just give flowers to every great performance and every great loss?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
He is about like 50 some points in 4 games.
And they missed 10 plus free throws.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to give them the win? Should we go give Houston the win? Let's go give Houston the win because Fred VanVleet had 25, and let's go give Detroit the win because there was a foul on a 3. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and rewrite history and give them the win?
The other thing, like I get why you bitch about this is like I don't even know what like he didn't play good.
That dude. There was fouls all.
But I'm saying if you're a Pistons fan, like you could be like, that's a fucking foul. Like just call it.
Yeah.
Like that's
no. Disagree. Not a foul.
It was definitely a foul.
Wouldn't call that.
But whatever.
Times out of 10.
I think this Rockets argument is insane. Like they fucking suck. Like they suck.
They don't suck. They're just young and they need to age. And that was my point. But then we want to come up here and be like, but Fred at 25.
I mean, respectfully, like they don't need to age. Like they have.
Well, Jalen's 22. He's only been in the league 3 years. Already in the playoffs. That's pretty good.
Yeah. He's not the reason they're in the playoffs, though. It's Sengun. And Sengun, someone, if they don't pay
Jalen
him.
Green has definitely had a good year by all accounts.
Yeah, he's good.
For being third year in the league.
He's not a winning basketball player, though. Like, there's plenty of good players in the NBA that'll never win. I think he's one of them.
I think Thompson, as he gets older, too, I still have that take in the back burner. He's going to be dead.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the future of that team. They might get rid of Jalen Green, honestly. They might not even.
Wow. You think this might be the
I mean, dude, Thompson, Sengun, like you have to keep them.
I mean,
like they're the future.
Yeah. Well, you can pay 3 to 4 in the NBA.
Sengun's gonna get fucking. I don't know if he's gotten paid already or not, but that dude's gonna get a bag.
I mean, he should get a bag. He's gross.
A bag.
On the other sport, Josh, on the ice where they froze the water, I just don't understand what's going on with this Avs team, dude. Before last night, the Stars had led the series for 1 minute and won 2 games. I think you can pretty much make the argument that top to bottom, the Avs have been a better team going into the playoffs after the Stars had a 5-game losing streak going in, 9-game losing streak going into the playoffs.
7.
If you're the Avs, dude, and you're, again, part of this Canadian team conglomerate that just year after year, the NHL community goes, this team is so good. And then you continuously fold in the playoffs. At what point should we just start fading the Canadian teams? Because the Avs also, Josh, I'm going to take it a little personally, sold the lay. The Warriors' legacy win. The Dodgers dropped 7 runs. And what did the Avs do? Go into Dallas and not only lose, Josh, but get spanked.
Yeah, wait, I was going to say, yeah. What Canadian team are you talking about?
Oh, the Avs are in Colorado.
Yeah.
Shit.
You lost me there for a second, but
Shit.
but yeah,
We'll fix that in post.
we'll fix that in post.
With these Colorado hockey teams. All right, Daniel, run that back for me.
Every hockey team might as well be Canadian.
Yeah, honestly, the whole sport might as well be Canadian.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, the whole thing can get thrown out.
But technically, that's American, though, right? If it's Canadian, it's American.
Rerun the Road in the World graphic real quick. We're going to fix that in post.
They were fix that in post. Give me a sec.
Welcome back to What in the World. And here's the thing, Josh, the parlay lost last night. And the frustrating thing is these hockey teams from Colorado that just continuously year in and year out disappoint. But we go into the season going, this team is going to be so good. This team could win the cup. And then they just get spanked by teams in like Texas that have no business being good at hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Like at what point do we start throwing away these Colorado teams? And I think too, people don't know is I started my hockey fandom pretty early, and this Colorado
back
team
in 95.
Yeah, back in 95 when I really started watching hockey, like this Colorado team in my head is still honestly a Canadian team because if people don't forget or people remember, they actually moved from Quebec. So technically this Avs team, you could make the case as part of this Canadian conglomerate of hockey teams, and they just always disappoint.
The Nordics.
The Nordics, the Quebec Nordics. That's when I started watching hockey. Some guys started watching in 2020 when the Colorado Avalanche. I started watching when they were the Nordics. And, that's why I think I consider them a Canadian team and why they are just part of this Canadian conglomerate of hockey squads that just stink. How about that fix and post, dude? I mean, we don't do it any better.
That was a good save. You got to cut that point out there.
All right, so ETH, here's what I'm going to have you do. At minute, whatever I started that, cut it,
like
rerun the graphic. And then right after I made the point about them being from Quebec, we'll just cut it. And then what we'll do is we'll come back in here. And then we'll come back right here and we'll go. But, dude, I mean, you got to give the credit to the Stars.
Yeah,
coming in on a 7-game losing streak, only leading for a minute, winning 2 games. And then last night kind of solidifying and taking like a real lead in this series against an Avalanche team that I think everyone still thinks is better than them. Mm-hmm. Like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Great game. I mean, dude, also, other game. Over the day smacked.
4-2. Over the day smacked, dude.
4-2.
We had a great day yesterday.
Dude, those Florida Panthers, sneaky.
Yeah, they're beating the shit out of the Lightning.
I know.
And I feel like I open my feed every time they play and everyone's like, this is the Lightning game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Does that not feel like that a little bit?
Dude, I feel like this playoff is like actually up for grabs. Like I have no idea who's going to win.
No idea.
Literally no idea.
That's what I like about hockey. I will say going into every year, once the playoffs start, you can pretty much throw everything out that you've watched all year. And it's like, we're really going to have really good series that go back and forth and each team's going to punch each other in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, dude. I can't even pick a winner right now. I can't even pick a winner because the Avs just look so bad. The Avs look so bad.
Yeah. I hope the Knights do it again.
I mean, we do have that. I didn't hit my POD with the Dodgers -1.5. That was Moose. Apparently the Marlins want to go ahead and score 6 runs.
The over was 3-1. 9.5.
Ish. But the over the day, though.
Smacked.
Over the day. I am just really disappointed that the lay lost on the Avs. I just need to start going for over-unders in hockey and stop trying to pick a side because I'm just incapable of doing it. However, when I looked at today's slate, Josh, you're telling me the Hurricanes are going to put the Devils away at home tonight?
No,
Come on. Come on.
Minus 270.
I think 2 teams are going to end their series tonight. And I think it is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Hurricanes.
Only 2 that can.
But in terms of taking commanding leads, I wouldn't be shocked if the Kings went, if that series went 7 and you get Kings Oilers, Kings win, Oilers win, and then the Oilers potentially close out the series. I wouldn't be shocked if the Knights won tonight and then maybe the Wild stole another one back at home.
Go back to Vegas for 7. That'd be sick.
That would be sick. That'd be really, really cool.
I do kind of see that one going 7 too. I feel like the Wild are kind of feeling themselves right now. Also, it's weird the Knights are minus 230. I feel like
that is weird.
It's a massive line.
Yeah, that's huge. And normally you don't get big lines like that in hockey. Like 278 Hurricanes. I mean, it makes sense. Devils are rat, but that is a.
I feel like the Canes are like. I guess but the Canes are like a favorite to win it all, right? I guess the Knights are too. So
the Canes are definitely a favorite to win it all.
Yeah. I think it's
Kings are
them, the
definitely
Knights, and the
favorites.
Stars are like all like around the same odds,
Yeah.
I believe.
I mean, that would make
That
some
makes sense, yeah.
That would make some sense. I mean, other than that, in sports last night, it's been kind of like dry. I will say, dude, can we just the way that we've let social media affect media is like one of the most annoying things ever. And I didn't even want to bring it up, but I guess we'll just talk about it. I do think it's absurd that we have on a given day 3 NHL playoff games, 3 NBA playoff games, full board of MLB, NFL draft recap, and places like ESPN are talking about this viral Twitter conversation of the gorilla versus humans. Like, I just feel like there's a place for those conversations, and it's like really funny guys like Part of My Take or Matt and Shane's
Yeah,
Secret
definitely not
Podcast or stuff like that. But it is so disappointing as like a sports fan tuning into ESPN and seeing like Kendrick Perkins talking about 100 humans versus a gorilla. Like that kind of stuff grinds gears, dude.
Grinds gears. I didn't even know they were doing that. That's insane. They're trying to do too much. Stick to the sports.
However, having said that,
We were talking about this yesterday.
now that we're here, am I crazy to just be on the side that a gorilla would wax 100 humans, but only because the way that I'm thinking about it, the mental fortitude of the humans are done after that first human dies. Because someone's got to be dumb enough to go, I'm just going to charge at it. And I don't know if you guys have looked at gorillas fighting gorillas or if you've looked at a gorilla beating its chest and you've seen the muscle build of a gorilla. Dude, that first human that gets turned into mush on the ground, the mental fortitude of the other humans is done.
Yeah.
And if they all charged at once, the thing that you don't understand about animals versus a human being is that we have like emotions and thoughts that are way more complex. You could be charging and like thinking you're doing it. You see one human's head get popped like a balloon, or a human get snapped in half, or him punched in the chest and his chest concave. Your fortitude is out.
Yeah.
Your fortitude is done.
I don't think
you have
humans-
no more confidence.
I don't think humans have a chance. Unless, I mean, if you're saying like average humans, yeah, no chance. Maybe if you got like 100 John Joneses, you could get them.
But even so, like a couple hundred John Joneses, the gorilla's going to take out a couple.
I don't even, oh yeah, for sure.
But
Take
you know
out
what's
90
going
of
to
them.
come out, Josh? I just want to put this on record now. I guarantee you that fucking guy Bradley Martin's going to come out and be like, I think I could 1v1 a gorilla. You know what I mean? Like guys like that like think they can beat up UFC fighters just because they lift a lot.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you someone like that is going to be like, dude, I don't know. You put me in there. I think I could get the gorilla.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, look at it. But here's the other thing. You got to look at the stats, dude. You got to look at gorilla stats. We looked it up yesterday. I think it was saying gorilla's skin is like 5 centimeters thicker than human.
Yeah.
So not only are we not going to make this thing bleed, but they also can lift. I think it was like they said something like 300 something pounds.
Oh, way more than that.
Pounds.
For sure. It has to be.
Saying like chest press though.
Oh, it's got to be. Dude, humans can bench 500.
Well, look it up.
1,500 pounds.
I said 400. What an idiot I am. Yeah. Imagine going up against something that could bench press 1,000 pounds.
Some estimates even suggest a trained gorilla could bench press 4,000 pounds.
And we think 100 of us are going to do it?
Dude, the thing that I
also, these things go animal brain, chimpanzee brain, like, shut it off. It's all aggression. Everyone's dying.
Well, dude, also, like, when you think about it, like, dude, if you just get grabbed by the shirt and thrown into the ground, you're dead. Like, that's all it is. Like, they just slam you into the ground, you're dead.
Dead, dude.
4,000 pounds. If the humans had any weapons, we win automatically.
Well, yeah, no shit. But
no
this is
weapons.
Like hand-to-hand combat with a gorilla, we're dying.
Yeah, no chance. Like, literally no chance.
No chance.
Dude, the videos of gorillas fighting each other are
it's scary. Dude, it's scary.
It's like doesn't even seem, you can't even tell how powerful they are. I don't think either, because like humans don't even get around them. Like you don't see them doing human things. Like when they're fighting a gorilla, like that gorilla is also fucking yacked. So like,
yeah, dude.
When he's throwing that thing back like 10 feet, like he could throw a human probably 50 feet.
It's over.
I would love to see like a javelin throw of a human by a gorilla. See how far you can get that thing. I'll volunteer
Dude,
as tribute if
imagine-
you throw a little foam out there
Dude,
to land
imagine
it.
how far a gorilla could throw Peter Dinklage. Dude, he might be able to throw him out of the
Is that the dude?
atmosphere.
Is Peter
dude.
Dinklage the guy from Underdog?
No, he's the guy from Game of Thrones.
No, yeah, but I think he's from Underdog too. Do you know that movie? Remember that movie?
Mm-mm.
The Flying Dog.
Yeah.
Chad, if you remember that movie, you're a real one.
Yeah, people are like, dude, Mikey complaining
Peter
about
Dinklage.
ESPN, but then talking about it. We're on Twitch, brother.
Yeah, we ain't Stephen A.
No, but I mean, dude, there's like, I don't think there's much of a debate. I do think the videos are funny, but like, you just got to think about realistically, like, that gorilla, like, they are bred to eat, mate, and kill. That's
Yeah,
what they're
that's it.
bred for in their society. And we're saying, okay, let's take 100 humans and see if we can kill something that's literally bred to defend, kill, mate, and eat.
Yeah.
And when they get angry, unlike humans, where like they are having thoughts, their thought is, I need to
Kill.
protect myself.
Kill.
I'm going to kill everything.
Everything. I don't think any
But
like
100 strong, ready to die humans, the minute 25 of them are dead,
and you're standing on bodies.
you
That's also the thing too.
you're
Is like
folding.
you
dude.
don't
You're
get 100. Like
folding.
when you say like you can try to throw 100 at a time, you can't all get there at once because
No.
you're waiting behind people.
Yeah.
People are getting
and those people are getting.
they're getting thrown out of there. Yeah, like yeah, no chance.
I think
100
it'd be
Green
over,
Berets
dude.
maybe.
But even so, the Green Beret, like stuff like that, dude, tactically, like using jujitsu and like, you're facing something that can bench 1,000 pounds.
You would have to. I
you
think.
try to do wrist control on a gorilla, it's
Oh, yeah, that's not
literally
possible, yeah.
murdering you.
Well, it can fucking pick up 4,000 pounds. The only way that you can like stop it from killing you, I think, is like one person has to get on the back and start poking its eyes out.
Well, that's what I said. You got to
You
go for the
have to,
eyes.
yeah.
If we had a chance, you'd have to go for the eyes and blind.
Because if it can't see, then you win.
Yeah, 100%.
But actually, maybe not even though. Like, because once it feels you, like if you touch it, it's grabbing you and throwing you. I don't know.
I mean, we could use our brain and like lure it, but I'm saying if you're saying 100v1 and we're just attacking it,
I'm thinking like 100v1 in a white room. There's nothing there.
yeah, then
Like one of those like from like a movie where there's like literally like you're in heaven pretty much. There's nothing. It's just a white room.
Yeah.
With nothing.
I agree.
We lose.
I mean, yeah, if you go for the eyes, I think we could win for sure. But dude, you guys got to look up
But
the
if they can
stats.
go for the eyes,
No, but you got to look up the stats. For us to like maim a gorilla, it would take hours.
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
like one body shot doesn't do it, dude. They got air sacs that they filled, and that's why they can beat their chest so hard. So like, we're shocked, dude.
yeah, I don't know how we would. It would have to be the eyes.
It'd have to be the eyes.
Yay, lads, a strategic way to do it, but no one wants to hear it.
Yeah, here we go. Yay, lads. Yay, lads is in the basement with the pen and pad, dude, writing down the mission. All right, let's start some slate. We got 4 NBA games that I really want to talk about. We got some NHL. I do have to cook another parlay. We've lost the past 2 by 1 leg. That is very frustrating, and I'm getting it all back today. So, Josh, run that graphic. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Slate Surfers, the part of the show that everybody waits for as they listen to us talk about nonsense for about an hour. But guess what? Hopefully the nonsense is what gets you through work. You know, like I just hope that some people tune into the show, Josh, and they're just sitting at work and either we frustrate them, we make them laugh, we make them smile, or they just get away from their thoughts for a good hour 45 with us. You know what I mean? Like that's really all I want this show to be. Like you're on the car on your way to work, you're at your desk with the AirPod in, and you're just, it's a nice little escape listening to Mike and Josh. Maybe talk a little nonsense, maybe get mad at the chat for talking about the Rockets, whatever it is. But then we give you some good betting advice, hopefully. And we start, Josh, would you like the prize picks that I made this morning, or should I save it for our prize picks?
I think we
segment?
save it. I think we save
Okay.
it.
Let's talk
We go to
about
the league.
the NBA playoff games, Josh.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start with the Knicks here. I think we close it out tonight. I don't think that's very much of a hot take. I feel like I will never admit that we stole one in Detroit off a missed call, because I do agree with Stephen A. and I do agree with everyone on Twitter, and I agree with myself that at the take that I made the game of, there was so many fouls leading up to that shot that if you call that foul and you end that game off that foul after not calling anything for a solid 3 quarters, that's ridiculous. So we move. We are, in fact, up 3-1 with a chance to close -5.5 at home. I'll definitely be taking that -5.5. I think we close it out, dude. I think you're looking at a Karl-Anthony Towns that kind of found his swagger again. And I think a Karl-Anthony Towns that wants to play physical now. And I think that's why he struggled those first 2 games. But I think you saw in Detroit and with the post-game press conferences, he's just so dialed in and ready to throw the body around for what feels like the first time all year. So I'm going to be on the Knicks -5.5. I think we close it out tonight. The Garden is going to be ruckus. The Garden is going to be rocking. And I think there is a small contingent of Knicks fans. Not part of them. I want Boston.
Why wouldn't you?
I know. I'm just saying, though. People are like, I can't wait till this Knicks team gets through Detroit and Boston puts them in their place. If I'm Boston, I'd be scared to get this Knicks team right now.
I'm going to agree with you. I think they win, but I'm not going to take the 5.5. I don't really like that in the playoffs.
Okay.
Taking anything like more than like 2 or 3.5. But I do love the over in this game.
Okay.
I think the Knicks are going to have no trouble scoring. I think the Pistons are going to have to sell out to keep this game close. So I like the over.
Okay. I like that. I could take this over with you as well. I wouldn't hate the Knicks team total too. I think like you're just getting to a point in the series where Brunson's figuring out exactly how he can attack this defense, and I feel like that's what makes him so dangerous. The Knicks will in fact be on the Apple graphic. I apologize. I'm not betting this Bucks game. My Prize Picks early morning has a square from this game that I made, my 2-piece that I made this morning. But I'm just not going to touch this game, dude. Like the Pacers should win by 8, but it would just be so Bucks to, with no Dame,
To win.
come out, not even win, but just to lose by like 2. And everyone that sits there with Pacers -8 because Dame is officially chalked loses their money.
Yeah, I don't think I want to touch that game.
Yeah, I'm not touching that game. An insanely high over though. I mean, it's the Pacers, but the Bucks have no scoring.
It's like, I kind of like the under in that game. Not going to lie.
Okay.
Just because missing Dame for his points is obviously bad, but I honestly think that it helps more on the defensive end against the Pacers. Like the Pacers are going to score less too. Magic.
Just such a weird series, man, right? I mean, again, it's one of these unbettable series, it feels like for me, just because I don't. The spreads are massive. And also, the Magic are just at a point right now where I feel like the Magic are going to be really dangerous in the next 2-3 years. Like, I genuinely think the Magic are going to have a championship window in the next 2-3 years to like really build pieces around Paolo and Franz. Dude, those two can give you 30 as quickly as you'd like, but I think right now they're still both really inconsistent. And I think in these next 2 to 3 years, you have a real chance for Orlando to have 2 really consistent scoring studs. But again, you're also running into a buzzsaw of the Celtics right now, who are probably one of the best coach teams in the NBA playoffs, if not the best.
For sure.
With the most depth and talent probably across a roster in the entire NBA as well. So I think it's a great learning opportunity for the Magic. But I just find it so hard to take that plus 11.5 because, one, you don't have any depth. You really have no studs outside of Franz and Paolo. And I don't like taking big spread favorites. So 11.5 for me with the Celtics. Like, they don't need to win by 11 to move on to the next round.
No.
Or they don't need to win by 12. Sorry.
I don't like that.
I just don't see myself betting this game.
I don't like that game either.
I don't see myself.
I'd probably take the Celtics. It's like at home in Boston, like they can close it out and beat them by 30. I wouldn't be surprised if they won by 30, but yeah, I probably will not be touching that.
Yeah, I agree. This last game, dude, I know, dude. After losing on a buzzer beater last game, I think I got to go back to the Clippers, dude. I think this is one of those games where Kawhi steps up. And it feels like and it was really funny. They showed the both benches after Aaron Gordon's buzzer beater was confirmed.
That was insane.
Jokic had no reaction. He just got up and like high-fived a couple people. Kawhi just sat there with not a single expression on his face. But an expressionless Kawhi is scarier to me than like a frustrated player on the Clippers. And I think the Clippers are the better team, dude. I think the Nuggets have the best player on the floor, but I think the Clippers are the better team. And I think when you lose a game like that, if you're the Nuggets, you're relieved. If you're the Clippers, you're fired up. And I would almost rather bet on the fired up team, dude.
Yeah, I'm on the Nuggets still. I'm going to stay on them, I think. I think they win this game and the Clippers win the next game, and I think they go to 7. This is going to go 7, this series, I think.
I think I'm going to take the Clippers, and I think the Clippers end it out in 6.
Okay. Wolberg.
I also don't hate this over. I think when you get a team that's a little frustrated like the Clippers after losing like that, you kind of play a little bit more open basketball because I think you're trying to come for revenge.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is really hard to fade this Nuggets team, dude, because if they start clicking and they've won a championship with this core,
they
so
could be
if
the
they
best team
start
in the league.
clicking, yeah, it could just be over.
And they have the same exact players. It's not like they like
Yeah,
have anyone
100%.
different. They're literally like their core is exactly the same.
They
There's
just don't
nobody
have
different.
Brucey. Remember how
They had
iconic
KCP
Bruce
too, yeah.
Brown was in that fucking run they had, dude?
Yeah, I remember Bruce Brown being on the fucking Nets when they had KD and fucking everybody. Literally would miss 10 floaters a game in the playoffs, and they played the Bucks. I would take Bruce Brown points every game.
10 floaters game.
10 floaters missed
10
every
floaters
fucking game. KCP's gone. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This is a really weird game. It's telling that the Clippers are favorites going into Denver. That tells me a lot. After the Nuggets just won on a buzzer beater, you'd think coming home they'd make the Nuggets a favorite. And I think, either way, you can look at those lines and say that they matter, say that they don't. It never ends up actually mattering. But I do think it is interesting that the Clippers are favorites going into Denver. And that tells me that Vegas also thinks that the Clippers are a better team, regardless of what Denver has been able to do last game. I don't know what would be. I mean, POD is definitely going to be the Knicks, -5.5. I think they cover there. But these are 4 really good games, dude. I mean,
really
you
good.
have an opportunity for 3 of them to end the series tonight. 4 of them, 3 of them, right? Knicks, Celtics, Pacers can
3
all
of them
end
are
their
all
series
done.
tonight.
Yeah, the Celtics series is done. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
there's 2.
Celtics series is
happen,
done.
yeah.
Pacers
one's
series,
done,
I
yeah.
also believe is done. I think the
Yeah,
Knicks
I
are
think
done
so
too.
too. Yeah.
I actually am really starting to fall in love with the over in this Clippers Nuggets game.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just one of those overs that's screaming at me. It feels like that game 2 over for the Lakers when it was 209 and it soared.
I like the over too. I don't hate that. I think James Harden probably has a game. I think Jokic probably busts as well.
Yep. I can't wait to get into the prize picks of these games. I'm actually really excited. I feel like I have a good game script for each one.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the ice really quick. Not that I'm an ice better, but we have to tail Trent with the Leafs. He's going to be there, boots on ground.
Have to.
Just one of those things you got to do it. When your guy's boots on ground, boots on Grizzy. And I feel like he's been there for some pretty iconic Maple Leaf sell jobs.
Yeah.
But he's also been there for some pretty iconic Leafs wins.
I think he also saw a Leafs win one time. But
in overtime?
He was in an Avs jersey, I believe.
You're right.
Yeah.
You were
So
so
he did see one
right.
win, but didn't want them to win.
You're so right, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to be on the Leafs tonight. I just feel like I want to be with my guy in that trench. The Canes are definitely beating the Devils. There's no doubt about it. Without Jack Hughes, this team is a shell of themselves. Like Timo Werner is just not Timo Werner. Timo Meyer is just not like, as like a casual Devils fan, he's not what he was on the Sharks, and he can't lead a team to wins. So
Couldn't lead a team to wins there.
yeah. So, and I think we got him to be like, dude, look how good he was on the Sharks. And then he had to like conform into a team. And it was like, dude, it's not who he thought he was going to be. But it is Timo Tuesday, dude. It is Timo Tuesday, though. Knights are -238. I don't know what you want to do with that. I don't hate this.
I love the over in that whole series. The
Okay.
overs in those games. I feel like they've been kind of smacking, potentially. Let me see. I know last game smacked. 4-3, 5-2, 5-2, 4-2. All overs. Maybe one game didn't go over, but it's 5.5 minus 125 for the over.
I'm looking at that right now. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's scary.
That is very scary.
But I mean, it could just be.
I'm putting my little bitch boy boots on. I'm taking the Oilers money line against the Kings for sure. It's so hard for me not to take the team that has Connor McDavid on the ice, even though like the Kings are a wag this year, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a wag.
But I got to find an over on this board. Or maybe I don't force it and I just go Leaf, Tonimo, tail Trent, and bitch in him. Just bitch
That
at
is a
him.
classic Mike move. Either you hit the bet or you get the bitch at Mike or at Trent.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that just feels like a great situation to be in.
It's a classic move.
Let's go to the Diamond where the Athletics stole a game from the Rangers again, dude.
Yeah. How about it?
How about these freaky little Oakland A's? If you told me they'd be 15-14, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have thought they'd be 2 and whatever that number would be, minus 13 wins. I could not be happier with the ball they're playing. I could not be happier with how everyone seems to have taken a step forward in that lineup. And I'll tell you what, dude, this A's team is sneaky. I genuinely believe this is an A's team that can steal a game from anybody. And that's all we need with a 71.5 total.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
That's it.
That's all we need. Just steal a couple games every series, and we're right there, dude.
Yeah.
We're right there.
I mean, dude, over 500 is all you need. Stay over 500.
That's all. That's it.
Just stay over 500.
That's
and
it.
clear
And if
by
you
a
told
mile.
me we were over 500 this early in the year, I'd be like, there's no shot.
Yeah.
There's no shot. I'm going to go to the game on Thursday with some peeps from the Bookit company. So that'll be really, really fun. But back to the diamond, we couldn't have been more right with the Dodgers team total. I'm happy we talked ourselves off of the Athletics over and the Athletics team total because that ended up being shambambolous. Patrick Corbin might be him, though. So just keep that on your radar.
Fuck that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but keep that on your radar. Other than that, dude, I looked at a couple games.
Mhm.
I need to start removing the part of my brain that lost a wager early in the baseball season and lets it affect every game from them. Because I took the Orioles and then the Red Sox just banged them out in that game, which was just so brutal. I find it very hard to not take the Red Sox now against teams that I think are fraudulent. And make no mistake, when I get into my apartment at night and I open my little book there, I do bet a lot of baseball, dude.
Really?
I'll just throw straight bets because I just want to know. And I'm a little bit, I'm up, not because of the baseball, but this would just be such a Mikey wager once I get home. Is just taking the Red Sox
Red
straight
Sox,
against the Blue Jays because I also just have no belief in the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
No belief, dude. We're starting the Rav Josh Bowl today. Where
Yeah,
the
I
Cubs
guess
play
so,
the
yeah.
Pirates, and you're only minus 142. Shit.
Yeah, on the road scheme. Andrew Heaney's been shoving this year though for the Pirates.
Are you going to do a wage with Rav like Trent did? I feel like everyone that plays the Pirates should have to do a wage with Rav.
I mean, I can. I'm not scared of the Pirates. I'll wage with
What do you
Rav.
think?
What, in today's game?
Do you want to do what him and Trent did where you eat the juice if they win the series, or do you guys want to do like a funny wager?
Wait, what do you mean you eat the juice if they win the series?
So like the Pirates are plus 142 to win the series against the Angels. So they put $100 on. So Rav got
So I get even money.
142.
So I get even money and he gets plus 142.
No, like
or I
Trent,
get the minus
Yeah.
180.
yeah, Trent ate juice.
We could do that. I mean, I'm not scared of the Pirates. We'll beat them 2 games. I'll do it. I don't know if he would. I don't know if he'll want to, but
I mean,
we'll see.
he's required.
I think it's actually insane that we're even minus 135 today after Shota's fucking last 2 performances. He looked like fucking shit.
I think the Pirates.
I mean, the Pirates
looked
also
good,
suck,
too.
yeah,
But
so,
they've
yeah.
looked good though. They stole a game from the Doyers, which is hard to do
Yeah.
in the Big 2-5.
Yeah.
We're seeing it.
I'm
every
excited
game
for
they
this
play.
game, honestly. It should be good.
Oh my god, what if Skeens gets 10 against the Cubs?
The Cubs like don't strike out though. He ain't getting it against them. They'd be like the last team maybe that he'd get it against. If he does, I mean, good for him. Good for him. I don't really care too much if he does, but
Mikolas is on the bump today. Mustache man, I have to avoid that one. Anything else you're really liking today? Yankees minus 148.
I like the Cubs team total a ton in this
Ooh.
game. A ton. Andrew Heaney has been fucking dialed.
Okay.
Dialed. Total's at 8.5. We're minus 142. Give me the Ove. The team total. The team
that your
total
POD?
is 4.5.
Is that Josh POD of day?
Yeah, it'll probably be my POD.
Okay.
It'll probably be. I'm not gonna confirm, but yeah.
Nor deny.
Nor deny.
Jacob deGrom gets a pitch against Jacob Lopez today. That's kind of funny. Imagine being Jacob Lopez in the Athletics. You're like, oh, who am I going up against today on the other bump? Oh, it's Jacob deGrom. Plus 178s, though. Could be a sprink. Those bats are better than people think, dude. You got to kind of pitch around the
8.5's
A's now,
crazy.
dude. You kind of got to pitch around the A's now.
Pitch around him.
You
Jacob
kinda
DeGrom
have to,
pitching around
dude.
the A's. Give me a break.
I really do want to take the Yankees too against the Orioles. I know the
mean, yeah.
Yankees have been selling, but as long as Trent isn't on them, I think we're good to go, right? Like, I feel like you could go back to the Yankees today because there's no way Trent goes back to the
Yeah,
Yankees,
there's
and
no
there's no way
chance.
the Orioles get 2 against them.
No, that total is really high too. I kind of like the over in that game.
9.5
Rodon
is
Gibson,
crazy.
9.5 total.
Yeah, that is a crazy high total.
I don't hate that.
We were right on the Mets total yesterday.
We
That
were. That soared.
flew over.
I think
I
the Mets
saw-
hit it by themselves. No,
I saw Krabs also like that one.
he did.
All right, let's do little prize picks, and then I'm going to chef my lay. I'm going to give out my early morning 2-piece that I tweeted about this morning. So, Josh, what I've been doing is I've been waking up in the morning, letting my brain come to me, and then what I do is I place a little prize picks lineup. And I'll tell you what, dude, more often than not, that's the only two-piece that hits. It's the only two-piece that hits. Oh, Josh, people want our Champions League plays really quick since we've been Ratitude miss shitbirds. Here we go. We can do it. Dude, just dial in, Josh. Arsenal, PSG, Barcelona, Inter Milan. I believe we are now in the next round of the Champions League.
No, it's 0-0, I believe.
0-0. Yeah. I do also just want to shout out really quick. Here we go. Liverpool won the Premier League. Fuck you, Peg. Not the Pega likes Premier League. Just wanted to shit on him really quick. All right.
I mean, how do you
Should
not
I just
take,
say
how
what
do
I
you-
say
How do you
every
not
day?
take Arsenal?
I was just going to, should I just say what I say every time we talk about the Champions League? I think I'm just going to take both overs.
Yeah.
2.5. What if he just laid both over 2.5?
I don't know. I kind of like Arsenal, though. What do you think about that?
I don't hate that at all.
Plus
Well,
115.
plus 115 Rs?
Daniel doesn't
Some plus 115 in the Rs?
right in the R's.
Dude, but I think Daniel's a big Chelsea guy. If I'm not, yeah,
Like he is.
he's fucking get out of here, Dan. Yeah, here we go. He's gonna get double chance PSG. I'm fucking bad, dude.
Double Yans.
Yeah, I got news for you, Daniel.
And PSG just won 4-0.
Also, how do I not just take Barcelona with the best player in the planet, Lamine Yamal? Kid is fucking gross. Watch
feel
him
like
be
that's
hurt.
an over
Watch him be hurt.
I feel like that could be an over game.
That's an over game because I think Barcelona scores 3.
Agreed.
Daniel, what are you liking that, huh? Let's just tail Daniel's card.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually down. I'd rather do that than fucking make that
Daniel,
over
give me
game.
your card before I parlay both these overs. Daniel, give me your card before I parlay both these overs and take Arsenal for a Mega Max in a game that ends 1-1. Whenever Daniel gets us that, I'm also going to definitely make a soccer prize picks, by the way, for the people.
Okay.
I'll give it out on the Bookit Discord. Shout out. Pega has a tail.
Better tail Pega.
Josh, I dropped 200 bones on my early morning prize picks. My unit on prize picks is normally 100. I'm not going to lie. On demons, I will creep down to $50 just because, one, I want people to tail my prize picks lineups. And I feel like when we drop 1,000, 500, 700, it becomes untailable. And I want people to tail my stuff. And I feel like 50 to 100 is very reasonable. I do love when we put out the 6-mans and people put $10 to win like 175 and it hits. It's like, dude, let's fucking go. Like imagine going from 10 to 100. Like that shit is fun. But Josh, I'm going to give you my breakdown for why you should take this prize picks 2-piece I placed today for the NBA playoffs. Okay. Is that okay if I do that? It starts in a land and in a world. I like that Daniel's hiding from giving us his PODs. Hey, Daniel, PODs in the Champions League now, other than PSG. I need both.
He said it'll be
games.
1-1.
I know, but I need both. That gives me nothing.
So
I'm gonna
under
bet
and
correct
draw.
Score.
Under and draw.
Go to bet the correct score. All right, I'm betting correct score 1-1 Arsenal PSG.
I think that might be the Barcelona game that he was talking about.
See, he's not even specified.
Because we were talking about the over in that game. But I don't know. Maybe.
I said both of them. I'm taking both of them.
No, we were talking 1-0 Barcelona.
Here we go, dude.
So both under.
All right, so Barcelona, yeah, both hunters, Barcelona ML, and
The draw.
the win no
Double chance.
the
double Yankees.
All right, Josh, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you exactly why you should take this prize picks 2-piece I made for the NBA playoffs today.
Okay.
It starts with a little bit of bias in the New York Knicks game. I think Jalen Brunson makes 3 threes tonight. He has really struggled with his 3-point shooting in this series, shooting 33, 14, 57 in game 1, and then 40% last game, only making 2 of 5.
Okay.
The thing about Jalen Brunson is the Garden is his actual home. I've never seen someone embrace the Garden more than Jalen Brunson, and the fan base embrace a player more than Jalen Brunson. And I'm talking, he daps up every celebrity that comes out. He always says thank you to the fans after every game, no matter what happens, especially after big wins. He always starts off by saying, this is just the best place to play in the entire world, and we have the best fans. And I think you're going to get vintage game Brunson here. You get to close it out in the Garden. He does everything in his power to do that. And I think he makes 3 threes because of that.
Don't
And
hit
I
the
also think he's able to find his rhythm game over game after only taking 5 threes last game and then them almost coming back and him having to go in the locker room. I think he comes out today and he has one of his best performances of the playoffs too, because I think he wants that rest. And I think we get 3 threes out of Jalen Brunson. And I don't think the Pistons are going to have an answer for him because, like I said, I think he's like a really good quarterback where he diagnoses you game over game and he figures it out.
I like it. I like it.
The second leg, Kevin Porter Jr. points. With no Dame yesterday, he stepped up and dropped 24 points. He's up for 14.5, might be bumped to 15.5. The thing about Kevin Porter Jr. is he is a purebred scorer. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He's not very good at defense.
No.
He's not very good at distributing the ball. And when you don't have a Dame, not only do I think are his minutes going to be bumped up, but when you look at this Bucks team when they played without Dame, he stepped up and scored.
Yeah.
It wasn't Gary Trent Jr., it wasn't Kyle Kuzma, it was little Kevin Porter Jr. And I think Kevin Porter Jr. today steps up and drops another 20-25 because he's also a guy that I think the Bucks leave in when they're down big because you don't need to rest Kevin Porter Jr.
You don't need him, yeah.
That was my 2-piece, 200.
I like that a lot.
Brunson threes, Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin
points.
Porter Jr. I think might be a whale.
The whale, dude. He's my favorite. I love that,
yeah.
He's my favorite.
Because if this game gets out of hand, he's going to be the guy that's shooting every single possession.
And I think Giannis also makes a conscious effort to lean on just one other person. And I think after last game, Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy you lean on to go get a bucket if you're trapped.
Yeah.
If you're shut down. And by the way, people forget he's a horrible human being. He probably shouldn't be in the NBA. But when he was on the Rockets, he got close to averaging 30 points per game one year.
He's a bucket.
So he has been a bucket, always will be a bucket.
He is a bucket.
So I'm going to take Jalen Brunson threes and Kevin Porter Jr. points. And Rav says, I have a serious infatuation for Kevin Porter Jr. Should we ask Rav about how he feels about Draymond Green and the little demon emoji on the Prize Picks app? Should we ask him, Josh? Should somebody ask him?
Yeah.
Somebody go ahead and ask Rav how he feels about Draymond Green and the little demon emoji. Someone want to do that for me?
Go and ask him.
Someone want to do that for me? Somebody do that?
Dude, I was looking at I don't know why I was thinking of this, but we were talking about Inter Milan.
Yeah.
But AC Milan, you see their new kits for this season?
I actually had a demon yesterday, Rav, but hashtag thank you, Rav.
The off-white ones. The brand off-white.
Yep.
They collabed with them.
With who?
With AC Milan.
Oh,
they made their unis. So sick.
Well, it's actually really cool. I actually, never mind.
Never mind.
That was going to be really just stupid. Also, do you remember, I just want to bring this up really quick. Do you remember when Rav joined this company as a football sharp and you spent hours on a notebook and then week one gave out Jacksonville money line and they lost by like 50? Do you remember that?
And the spread was like 1.5.
Yeah. Do you actually remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
Okay. I just want to make sure you remember that.
I remember that.
Okay.
So
I remember actually
vividly.
doing a night sweats for it too.
Oh, I was here.
And I
think
vividly
I
remember
faded
taking
Rav.
it.
I think I faded Rav.
I think
I
you
faded
did.
you guys and I was watching it on my phone, like over here, and you guys weren't watching it on TV. It's like, oh, and it's a touchdown.
Well, we turned it off because I think after the first quarter it was 30-0, maybe.
I think we were watching another game though. I think that's
no, there
why.
was two.
There was two.
It was
on.
also NC State, Grace McCall. Yes.
Oh, that was the game that I was on. Okay, so maybe I wasn't on the other game.
No, we were watching Jackson.
Yeah, we were watching Jackson. Yeah,
because that was.
Yeah, I was on that one. I was on that one. Yeah,
that was Whale of Century, by the way.
I remember predicting the national championship preseason.
I remember when he also said Texas was going to win it halfway through the year, and then flipped back to Ohio State.
Also,
and I'm pretty sure they were the favorite, right?
Yeah,
so you just
like
picked the favorite.
Taking the highest paid roster in college football.
Rav, I could do this all day, dude. I could do this all day.
He said never happened. He 100% said Texas was winning it all.
100%.
100%.
100%. He said that. And also he said Oklahoma State was going to win the Big 12 and presented 3 wins.
Who was the
shout out Ollie fucking Gordon?
Rev, who was the
returning production?
Who was the dark horse to make the playoff? I forget.
It was Oklahoma State.
No, there was another team. There was a non-Power 5 team that he had making it, and they had one of the worst years of all time. Before the year he had them making it.
All right, we're cooking, Rav. We gotta stop.
Who was it, Rav?
We gotta stop. All right, let's do Prize Picks.
USF.
At least he comes clean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Josh, I want to walk through the NBA playoff games and just tell people what I was thinking from a Prize Picks perspective for these games. If I'm betting this Pacers series, guys like Andrew Nembhard, Benedict Mathurin, and Obi Toppin are exactly who I would be targeting because I think this game gets out of hand early for the Bucks. And I think you can kind of lay your head on your pillow at night with either a Nemhard PRA, Matherin points, or even an Obi Toppin points, because I think this game does get very out of hand by the middle of the second quarter, potentially beginning of the first or third. And that's when these guys are getting bulk of their minutes. And I think that's where they run away from them, because the Bucks just don't have the depth. And when you don't have depth and they have to play against Obi Toppin and they have to play against Benedict Matherin, I think you have some really good value in one of those guys. On the Bucks side, I'm going to be all over Kevin Porter Jr. I wouldn't hate potentially a Gary Trent Jr. Demon threes after only hitting 2 last game. I know Dame only played for 4 minutes, but now you have an adjusted game plan coming into this, knowing who's getting bulk minutes and knowing who the ball needs to go through if Giannis is doubled or even potentially tripled. Because if you're the Pacers, you might as well just stop the big boy. When I look at this Detroit series, dude, I find it very hard not to tell people to just take Jalen Brunson more than 30 points again. He always finds a way to get there no matter what's going on. He had 14 in the fourth quarter last game to get there. I don't hate a Mikal Bridges revenge game. And by revenge game, I mean he only had 8 points last game. And I think Campaign kind of finally was the first guy to get into his head and was like, bro, keep shooting. What the fuck are you doing? And Bridges talked about that at length in his post-game press conferences. And I think just having someone like that light the fire in you, and I think Campaign knowing that that helped, is going to do it again going into this game. And the reality is we're going to have to lean on Bridges at some point. But Josh, my favorite square in the Knicks, outside of Brunson threes, is a guy that I rarely wager on because I feel like I can never pick my spots. But in an elimination game in the Garden, our Mr. Do-It-All, I think OG Anunoby Fantasy tonight could be an absolute look.
I love that.
Could be an absolute look.
Dude, Annie's read it as
red as ma, dude. I saw that this morning.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been trying to find a pair for him, and I think I found a 3-piece.
Dude, can I just give you another guy that's a wagon for us? It's in the MLB, but I mean, we've been taking him religiously. Ian Happ. I mean, he didn't do shit. Literally nothing last game. Last 2 games, he did nothing except for a normal 1.5 hits, runs, RBI square.
And you're dialed in on Happ. He's like your
Jan Gomes.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Yes,
dude. I saw a picture yesterday.
Yes,
there was a tweet yesterday of half Jan Gomes' face, half Carson Kelly's face. Our new catcher. Fucking go.
Dude, you used to be so dialed in on Jan Gomes days.
But dude. I think Ian Happ, I mean, he has a good matchup. I mean, not a great matchup every game, but I mean, he's a switch hitter, so like it doesn't really matter what the pitcher's throwing. Hasn't done shit the last 2 games. I think that total's pretty high for how good Heaney's been, and I think that he hits us easily.
Dude, I'm down to drop another 200 on that.
Yeah, I think that's easy.
OG
I
Fantasy,
love OG too,
Ian Happ, hits, runs, RBIs.
Yeah.
Because you've been dialed in on Happ.
I have been.
You've
We
been
didn't touch
dialed
him.
in on
We didn't touch him the last couple games too.
I know. You've been good about your Cubs, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 200 on that's our 2-piece today. OG Fantasy, Ian Happ.
Perfect.
Hits, runs, RBIs. I fucking love that.
Perfect.
I do want to go back to the NBA really
Jan
quick.
Gomes is Brazilian? No way.
Wow. Peggy, you need a Jan Gomes jersey.
You
bro.
do need a Jan Gomes jersey. That'd be
And that
dope.
feels like an automatic purchase, actually,
Yeah.
as a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Just Jan Gomes. Imagine, like, if Brazil had fraternities, how platinum that jersey would go.
Oh, yeah.
To Jan
If they had
Gomes.
fraternity.
Just Jan Gomes. If I was betting on a Piston, Josh, I mean, how do you not just take Hardaway or Tobias Harris? They're the only reason why this series has even had a game.
Yeah.
Like, they just somewhat cannot stop. I'd be more inclined to take Tobias Harris because he seemed to be more fired up after the loss. So, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you who to bet on the Pistons. I've placed 2 lineups today. One is a 3-piece that has Kevin Porter Jr., OG Fantasy, and Kawhi Leonard points. I have not touched a square in this Orlando-Boston series because I can't fall in love with one, and I'm not going to force one.
Mhm.
The only one that looks at me funny, Josh, is Jaylen Brown, 20 points. Like, in what world does he normally not get that? That just feels like one you can kind of hang your hat on. If it's blood, if it's not, Jaylen Brown should get a 20 ball. But he's been very inconsistent towards the end of the year and going into this playoffs, but that's the only one that looked at me a little funny.
What do you think about the new 6th man of the year who hasn't done shit the last 2 games, up for 8.5? I feel like this could be a blowout game at home, close the series out. Like they're gonna sit their starters maybe at the end a little bit, maybe get some Pritchard buckets.
Oh, you think?
I mean, 8.5 points
Pritchard?
is Yeah, I love him. He hasn't done shit the last 2 games against them either, and he just won the 6th man of the year. I think that he gets going tonight.
I actually don't hate that.
Yeah.
Pritchard daggers in a closeout game. He's so good at
exactly. 2.5 threes or 8.5 points. You take this to 2.5 threes demon instead of the 8.5 points.
He does chuck.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna get 3 threes if he gets 9 points, most likely.
When I look at this Denver Clippers series, the only squares that I love is just Kawhi points tonight. I think he goes ballistic, and it's just like a classic Kawhi Leonard game that you get out of him. It's very hard not to take Jokic PRA every single game he
he's
plays.
up for 63 fantasy.
I know, dude. That's insane.
How the fuck is that
It's
possible?
insane, bro.
He did 80 last game.
Dude, it's insane. When Rav had us put Jokic PRA in our 6-piece, it was, I'm not even kidding you, at 50.5, and it was when he had 65. Like, he's just a demon. So I never hate Jokic PRA, even though it's so high. I also think, too, whenever Jamal Murray kind of gets back home, he turns it up a notch. I don't hate a Jamal Murray 22 ball, 21 ball. He's just really good, and he kind of drives that ship. It feels like at least when they're definitely home in Denver. But in terms of Clippers, I really only like Kawhi tonight. I mean, you could always take a shot at James Harden, but I just feel like Kawhi in a game like this, where you can kind of steal a game on the road. I mean, he is king road man in terms of like he always performs.
Yeah.
So I like Kawhi Leonard points there, but I don't know. Like, I don't have much in the hockey, dude.
No, I
I
no
told
prize
Trent
picks.
I would take an Austin Matthews goal, so I got to find a demon piece for that, John.
Okay.
Because I think he scores in front of Trent tonight. That would just be so sick if you go there for a Leafs game and get a little Austin Matthews Gino.
Could be cool. What about Markstrom saves?
Oh,
25.5. He's got the highest on the board.
okay. I don't hate
He's
that
gonna
either.
get pepped. No.
I don't hate that either. I think you could also look at Nico Hischier time on ice. That kid just literally has to play every minute if we ever want a chance of not getting sent home. So
That's
that
fair.
could be
20.25. Didn't hit it last game.
Should we attempt? I mean, we could have just again taken CJ Abrams single yesterday after making fun of everyone on Prize Picks because it was green again.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have much in baseball. We got really close to our demon yesterday, by the way. Pete Alonso came through, but they took out Hendricks after 5 hits, which is just, why not let him get 2 more in? Such a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
But if I were to give out a little demon season and a little in some ball here, I know we really liked the over in a couple games. One of them being that I feel like I don't hate at all. Could potentials be maybe Jazz for the Yankees?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, because I think the Yankees have a good bounce back game today.
I like the Yankees as well.
So someone on the Yankees doesn't have to be Jazz. I mean, fucking
Aaron Judge.
I mean, he's up for 2.5 normal, though. That's just,
but it's just Aaron Judge.
I mean, yeah, he's fucking
Could be the
mom,
freest thing of all
cheddar,
time.
dude.
What about?
Could be Trent Grisham.
I was gonna say Trent Grisham.
Trent Grisham 2.5.
Trent
hits on
Grisham against the
RBIs.
Orioles just screams.
Yeah, where it just puts Goots in.
But he doesn't really have anything up for real though. Like TBs, you could take.
I mean, you could take his 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. If you really wanted to get demon season, all right. I'm gonna cook the lay.
Okay.
Today's lay starts as follows. Welcome to the show, New York Knicks money line. Close it out. I'm gonna be watching it anyway. Might as well have it in the lay. I don't give a rat's bagats. I like ending with NHL, so I'm going to go to the diamond here. I feel like we've been kind of dialed on the diamond for the keep the doctor away. Someone said chalked already. Okay. Finding it very hard not to once again go back to the dice. But Sandy's pitching, so I don't want to do that.
While you're chefing, what would you think about, do you think signing Nick Chubb for the Bears would move needle at all? Or no?
I mean, yeah, he's Nick Chubb.
Yeah. I think we're about to get him. It's just scary. Well, it's not scary. It's just
You just gotta hope he's
he's
good.
yeah, exactly. Well, he's gonna be good. It's just is he gonna be healthy? That's all it is. But yeah, it'd be kind of sick if we got him.
That would be cool. No risk, high reward.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
true. I'm not gonna pay him anything. I'm sure.
I might go Mets ML. How do you feel about that
The Mets.
against the Diamondbacks?
I
Peterson versus Rodriguez with
I mean, I don't-
1.5 total.
actually, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that.
Why?
The diamond. I don't like
why do you
betting.
not like.
I
that?
just don't like betting the Mets in general. I think they're
They just
so
beat the
overrated.
shit out of the Nationals.
They're so overrated. And they always get like their lines are always way more juice than they need to be. And I think the Diamondbacks are actually a really good team. I don't know. I'm not gonna touch that, but I don't mind you. I mean, if you want to put in the parlay, go for it. I mean, the Brewers aren't losing today. I can tell you that.
I don't think the Red Sox are losing.
I think the Giants being minus 125 on the road against Pavetta is also pretty telling. 6.5 total in that game. That might be a boring one.
Chad, you guys are kind of dialed in on baseball. Would we hate if I went to the Red Sox today? After taking 2 from the guards, now you get the moose shit Blue Jays? Or is it we got that playoff energy in Toronto because the Leafs are at home, so the Blue Jays are going to be dialed in. No one's going to be at the game Red Sox because they're all going to be at the Leafs. Welcome to the show. Taking the Red Sox.
Or is it one of those games? Wait. Because this actually is a thing. Is it one of those games where people go to the Jays game and watch the game on the big screen and like hear all the updates and shit and they're getting amped up? If you think the Leafs are winning, the Jays might win too. Just because of how the city will be buzzing.
No, I think.
Are they at the same time even?
Opposites.
They're the same time?
I think opposites. Yeah,
So this
same
is
time.
the Jays games at what? What time?
Same time.
They're the same exact time?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I just take that over in the Leafs Sens game. Or do I just take the Leafs?
I mean, if you're getting off a play because of that fucking that thought right there that I just had is you're good.
No,
You
I'm
can-
taking
you
the
can
Red
stay
Sox.
on. Yeah, stay on.
I'm on the Red Sox.
Stay on.
It's just, do I put the Leafs in the lay and tail Trent? Or, yeah, I'm taking the Leafs. Fading the Blue Jays, taking the Leafs because it's a hockey town.
It's hockey town.
It's a hockey town. Knicks, Red Sox, Leafs, plus 302. That's today's lay of the day. That's today's lay of the day. I'm going to place it once we get off here. I'm going to send this to Daniel right now if he's still in here. And I will be tweeting a full soccer card as well, just because I just want to piss people off on Twitter. The Jays today, the pitcher it's Crochet against against Francis. Bowden Francis.
Bowden's sick name. Sick first name.
Sick first name.
Dude,
Sick
I think
first name.
I think
just want to tweet that green apple.
the Brewers minus 1.5, maybe minus 2.5 today.
I know, dude.
I mean, it's going to be a bullpen game most likely for the White Sox against Freddie Peralta. The minus 1.5 is minus
Now people
140.
like Bowden. Should I take the Red Sox out of fucking lay? You guys are so annoying.
It's all hype. They're saying it's all hype.
It's all hype.
It's all hype.
I mean, yeah, you could replace the Brewers, but then that with minus 1.5, that brings us below the plus 300 mark. I need to be in the plus 300 mark. Could just take the Cubs. You beat the shit out of Rav's Pirates.
I mean, they're gonna.
Did Rav have a concerning tweet today?
Did he? Let's see.
Let me check.
Did Tony have a tweet?
Tony tweets. Woke up with this text from my sister this morning. I had a dream you were having a heart attack last night. I might be done with the diet soda after that. I drink that shit religiously. Maybe I'm already caked. Can't stop thinking about that. Oh, Rav, no need to do that, dude. No need to do that, dude. It's just a dream, man. It's just a dream. It's just a dream, dude. You're gonna be just fine, bro.
Wait, I'm so confused. I might be done with the diet.
Huh?
Oh, okay. The quote ended. I thought you were reading that. Like, I might be done with the Diet Coke. I thought that was like part of the quote.
Oh.
Okay.
No, he's also been working out, dude. He's been eating right, dude. I don't think the sodas are going to kill you, but if you want to get off the sodas, it's okay.
Check that
dude.
cough out, though.
Yeah, the cough needs to get checked. Make no mistake, I've never heard a cough that needs to get checked more than Rav's cough. Like, it is actually insane.
Ravadoodle.
Ravadoodle's been getting jacked. Leafs over, Brewers money line, Rangers money line from Richie. Today's parlay to keep the doctor away. Parlay day keeps him away. Knicks, Leafs, Red Sox, all on the ML. We're tailing Trent. See you later. Senators just won 4-0. Okay, here we go. Josh, you want to say goodbye to the people? Make sure you're following the TMA Twitter account too for the 2-piece. It is OG Fantasy, and Ian Happitz runs RBIs. But make sure you're following the accounts for all the good stuff. Josh, you want to?
Yeah, we'll be. Also, in case you guys were wondering, I just got an update on my shipment. It will now be shipping out on September 22nd, that jersey that I ordered in January. September 22nd.
They're shipping it in September?
A couple weeks earlier, though. It was October. It was October before, so.
Dude, you might get it in time for playoff ball.
Good day. Good day. Let's have a day, chat.
You might get it in time for the playoffs.
I know. Let's have a day, chat. Let's have a, what do they call it? A great day.
A great day. Let's have a great day. All right, chat, welcome back to the end of the episode where we do a little Mikey Core. I'm actually going to keep today's a little bit different than normal. I'm just going to talk about something that I feel like I've started to do in my personal life as well, and it's this idea of putting a chip on your shoulder, and I think not for the wrong reasons, but for the right reasons. I think every time you hear about, and I think I heard Jalen Brunson talk about it, and he was like, there's always been a but in my career. Jalen Brunson's really good, but Jalen Brunson could be the guy in New York, but. And the but is he's too small. He's too weak. He doesn't have a jumper. And I think the thing that he said that really resonated with me is he was like, yeah, I think when I play really well, I think about that I'm proving those people wrong. But in reality, what I'm doing is I'm just proving myself right. And I think that idea of putting that chip on your shoulder to prove yourself right. And I think too many times we get bogged down with this whole like, oh, I can't do that. I can't chase this dream that I have, or I can't do what I really want to do with my life because, I have expectations from my family or people in my life. And I would just say, dude, put that chip on your shoulder to prove yourself right in these scenarios. If you have a situation going on at work where you're maybe doubting yourself a little bit, or the people around you are doubting you a little bit, put that chip on your shoulder and prove yourself right, because I know you can do it. If you guys told me that I'd be talking about sports every day when I was in college studying finance, I would have been like, man, that'd be a dream, but I can't do that. And then you take a chance and you put that chip on your shoulder and you just try to prove yourself right. It has nothing to do with anything around you, because at the end of the day, if you do the work, you're going to see the success. It has nothing to do with what anybody else thinks about you, says about you, feels about you. And I just urge you today, put that chip on your shoulder to prove yourself right. And I think that's something that I've tried to do now in my personal life as well. I think too many times we get focused on what other people think about us or what other people want us to do, and we lose ourselves in that. But I've realized that when you try to prove yourself right, you keep yourself and you get closer with yourself. And you become someone that actually has self-confidence and doesn't rely on the opinions of others to get you through the day. I want you guys to have a good day. So try to take one step forward for me. I love you guys so much. I love you. Even heard that today. Take one step forward. I know how hard it can be in life. Take a step forward. And hell, you're going to take steps backwards, because that's just the reality of this life that we live. And that's why humans can, in fact, walk backwards. We're not sharks. But we've learned to do in this show that the success comes from the attempt, not the result of taking that step forward. So do me a favor and just try to take that step forward today, no matter how hard it feels or how hard it can be. Everything's going to be a process. And if you just take it one step at a time, I promise you're going to get through whatever you're going through. I promise you're strong enough to get through it. I promise you're strong enough to do the things that you want to do in your life. And I promise you can get through it, but it's going to be a process, and it's going to be one step at a time. I love you guys so much. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place. We got Lauren on tomorrow. We also are going to have Lauren on Thursday, because we're going to be going to the game, the Athletics Rangers game. So we're going to cook a little same gamer. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in every day. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everyone that follows the socials. Thank you for everyone that interacts with all the posts that we try to do for this show. We got great things coming next week, potentially a makeover. We're going to have to see how the timeline makes out. But we'll see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. Go to Newton BTL right now on this stream. Just refresh it.